What does these men have that you don't? Warren Buffett, net worth $69.2 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, net worth $86.5 billion. Bernard Arnault, net worth $94.1 billion. And Jeff Bezos, $146.9 billion. What does the rich do to be richer, and neither the poor nor the middle class don't know that actually allows them to be poorer? In this video, I'll show you how the rich manage their money effectively. Now, if it's your first time on this channel, welcome, and remember to like, share and subscribe. And remember to click the notification bell. Now let us take this circle. Each circle represents $1 million. This is what $10 million would look like. This is what $100 million would actually look like. And this is what $100 billion looks like. Jeff Bezos, founder and CEO of Amazon, has $146.9 billion times this amount. Now, you may have been a teacher, a lawyer that have studied and got your bachelor's but has a huge loan to pay back. Or you're a scientist and because of poor choices you have this high credit card bill to pay off. Being wealthy or getting rich may sometimes seem like a distant dream at present. However, I am sure that at some points in your life you may ask yourself, seeing all these billionaires and millionaires, especially those who got theirs at a tender age, I'm sure it makes you at some point in time wonder or being perplexed or just make you angry. You may say that probably they all get lucky and cheated the system, or probably all the luck fell in their hands, or better yet, they cheated the system and worked their way to the top. Or some of you may say money is just evil. But what if I tell you that all this time you could be wrong and there's actually a flip to the coin that you and many others you know may never have been taught? This is simply the untold truths that our society and our education system may never tell us. A lot of us may not have the patience needed to run this race, because the road towards being rich is tough. It's filled with a lot of curves, ups and downs. Are you ready? But no need to worry. At the end of this road lies wealth and riches far beyond what you thought you could attain. And at the end of this road lies the unquestionable freedom you so desire. Are you still with me? Growing up, we are all taught the same old standard principle that we ought to go to school, study hard and get a quality education. Whilst nothing is wrong with that, you must always bear in mind, if you want to remain broke or poor, you can always have this psychological misunderstanding that has been passed down from one generation to generations. But the question I really want to ask you all is, what really has the school system taught us about money? The answer is nothing. While the school system ensures that teachers do not teach you nothing about money, I must admit that this is no coincidence nor any form of mistake for this practice. The rich knows the best way to keep the poor and the middle class broke and dependent on others is to never teach them what the rich knows. I want you to take a step back and see how much money has passed through your hands. Like for example, when you were 16 years old and you got your first job, and let's say you work $60 per week. Now that you're 25, let's say you start earning $400 per month. Now, the maximum expected amount of money that passed through your hands would be like $460,000 with all the money that your parents have given you. Or let's say $1 million or even $3.9 million. But the question you should ask yourself today is, how much money do you have? How much money do you really have in your wallet? How much money do you have in your pocketbook? How much do you have in your bank account? You see, it's not about how much money you make. It's not about how much money you keep. It's what you do with all those monies you have. How well do you budget your money? In answering this question, you must have these 3 considerations. 1. You must have a clear vision of how you plan to spend your money. 2. You must have a projected plan for the next 2 to 7 years into the future as to what you hope to achieve and when you plan to achieve these goals. And 3. You have to also determine the amount of income you get and the expenditure made. Taking these considerations put you in a position to make calculated decisions that will benefit you in a positive way. Now that you have carefully made those 3 considerations as to why you budget, you must have a clear understanding of what is money and what do you really think about money. Is it something you work for? Is it earned? Or probably it is inherited? Is it the root of all evil? Are you desperate to have more of it in your life? Truth is, most of what you think about money has been influenced by the environment you were born and raised into. You see, money has many jobs. Many people believe that the only job money has, and that is to spend money, but there are several other jobs that money performs. The poor man will always spend money. The middle class man will always spend money and save a little. The rich knows that there are 4 jobs to money. 1 is to spend it, 2 to save it, 3 invest it, and 4 to donate it. A lot of us has had a psychological misbelief about money and how to effectively manage it properly. For all of us who play chess knows that the average chess player knows their next 1, 2, 3 moves. And by the way, that's the amateur. A pro level chess player knows their next 4 to 5 moves. The master knows their next 6 to 10 moves, while the grandmaster knows their next 11 to 15 moves. You see, in deciding which move to make, a chess player mentally maps out the future consequences of each possible move and often look about 8 moves ahead. Now, what is that telling you? It's telling you that the same principles that one applies to the game of chess can be applied to our lives and in managing our money effectively. I'm sure you must have had friends that have said to you many times you speak with them that they don't see their next move or they don't know their way out. I know I've heard it countless times. So that means if they were actually playing the game of chess, they couldn't even be an amateur player because they don't know their next 1, 2, 3 moves. But no need to worry. That's why I'm here to get you doing the right stuff. Now smash that subscribe button if you're getting substance. Many people will tell you about the 50-30-20 principle, where 50% goes to your needs. That includes your electricity bill. Sure, you don't want to be in darkness. Also, by ensuring that your housing is paid, whether it be your rent or mortgage, and some of that money going also to your grocery. No one wants to be hungry. Now, I am sure that there are more needs that could go on this list, but in the interest of time, I had narrowed it down. Now, 30% going towards your wants. You say to your friends, let's go dining, when simply you could have just buy the food and cook it at home, saving some extra bucks. Shopping or going out to buy a flat screen TV just because you want a special brand you could do without. And the remaining 20% going towards your saving by ensuring that a portion of that goes to your health care and your student loan that must be paid. Now, I definitely do not agree with this particular principle. There is no possible way your wants should outnumber your savings. That's just gross. Doing this shows you're fiscally irresponsible and you need a more practical, workable budget structure. Now remember, earlier we had discussed about the amateur chess player who knows their next 1, 2, 3 moves. Now the amateur level spender, this type of budget is simple, but is it really effective? You can comment below. In this budget, you can get your check and then deposit that to your personal account. Then you spend that money buying clothes, spending it on buying an iPhone, or spending it on dining. Let's go and eat, you may say to your friends. That's what the poor does. Spend, spend, spend. And you know what hurts at the end of each year? You have that hefty tax bill to pay back. Does this budget suit you? Comment below. Next we have the master, and a master in chess knows his next 6 to 10 moves. In this master level, you have checks coming into you. The first thing the mastermind does is depositing this cash into the business account. then a portion of that money into their personal account, then a part of that cash into their tax account to cover taxes, so that at the end of each year there is no hassle or any form of worry of being indebted for paying taxes. These type of masterclass are the middle class within our society. Is this budget structure sounds like you? Now, the Grandmaster knows their next 11 to 15 moves because they pay attention to their spending habits and knows the 4 jobs of money. So when various checks comes in, it is then deposited directly to the business account. Then a portion of that is placed within the tax account and a portion of that is placed within the personal account. You think that's where it stops? It goes even further as money have to go into the investment account. Now this is where the money comes in and gets divided into many portions, such as the stock market, investing in government bonds, and also investing in real estate. And you may think that's where it ends, but no, they donate, whether it be with time by mentoring people who would love to follow their footsteps or by giving cash or kind to the most vulnerable. You see this? When they donate, this leads to a feeling of self-worth, knowing that you're offering much needed resources to a great cause for those in need. And this is what the rich does that is never taught. Now, get this knowledge, start making changes and see the results regarding all of what I'm teaching you within this video. Remember to share, like and subscribe to this video.